Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about death. I know it's a depressing topic. Is it possible to talk about death without it being depressing? Can we just have an intellectual conversation about it? I think it's good to intellectualize death, to think about death, to ponder it while we're alive, not just on your deathbed, not just at a funeral when your homie, dies, or your grandma. To think about it now. Think about your own death. The more you become okay with your own death, the more you become okay with others. The less it tortures you, the less it pains you, the less that loss will take you over. You can get through loss easier when you've conquered your fear of death. I think there's a lot of ways that you can conquer a fear of death. I didn't conquer my fear of death by witnessing it. I've seen a lot of death. I've seen a lot of people die. I've watched people die right in front of me as they look me in the eyes, screaming my name, Sky, help me, and I've watched the last breath go out of their fucking bodies. I've watched friends of mine get stabbed to death. I've watched people get shot. I've seen people's chest cavities open up. They're just lifeless. One minute they're there, next minute they're gone. They're just a lifeless corpse. None of that prepared me for death. It didn't even really harden me. I thought it would harden me, make me like a hardened warrior. So when someone died, I'd be like these guys on TV, these action heroes, or these soldiers you see in these military movies where they don't even care. It's no big deal. I've seen more than 20 people get murdered. And every time it fucks me up. Every single time I'm just like, damn, that sucked. I always wished that I could eventually get hard and someone can die and I could just be like, is what it is, whatever. And just kind of, like in the movies, I could never do that. I always envied people that could do that. Show no emotion. I mean, we have a natural sense of preservation that I think guides us all. And I don't think it's possible to completely get rid of your fear of death 100%. I mean, that part of that is what keeps you alive, keeps you on your toes, keeps you moving when gunshots are firing. But there's a sense of attachment to life that we have to get over. Especially if we expect to prepare ourselves for the transition from this realm to the next. We're all going to make that transition. You want to make it gracefully, calmly, not crying and screaming like a bitch. You want to go calmly. I personally don't want to take negative emotions from this life with me into the next realm. I don't want to risk that. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but I would rather go into death with a sense of calmness, a sense of safety, a sense of love and peace, that kind of shit. If you die in fits of rage, in bouts of fear, I personally believe you take that with you. I think that there is something after this realm. I don't know what you believe. I have a couple other videos about my experiences with this type of stuff, and sometimes it can just be weird. I mean, I think that there is definitely something else. It's not just blackness. That's what nihilists believe. That when you die, it's just black, like the lights turn off and the sound turns off. Like when you turn your television off, that's what happens to you when you die. When you turn your computer off, it's not dreaming. My laptop isn't having a dream right now. That thing's shut off. It's not doing anything. That's what the nihilists believe that. And that's fine if you believe that. What I think is funny about some nihilists that do believe that I know some people that believe that very deeply to their core. That's fine. This is all you get, this one life. There's no reincarnation, there's no afterlife. It's just this. And when this is over, it's lights out. Fine. But then why do you waste every day? This is it. Why are you wasting your goddamn life? I can understand when a person believes in reincarnation. He thinks he's got 9 lives and he's going to spend this one with sweatpants and Crocs in front of Netflix, and he's just like, well, I got plenty of other lives to go. You know, I could blow 1 or 2 of these, no problem, and still be king and be a hero in the next one. Fine, that guy gets a pass. But you nihilists, what are you doing? Get busy. You believe this is all it is? Shit. Turn the video off and go and save the world, man. Go and do something important. This is all you got. I don't get attached to dreams because I dream every night. Is life just a dream? I don't think it is. You know how I know? Because some people wonder. There's a question, I think it was by Socrates, or one of these guys, old philosophers, asked, maybe it was Aristotle, asked, how do you know if you're in a dream or not? That your life is your waking life, what we think is reality. How do you know if that's a dream or if that's reality? And I guess that can be a deep existential question, especially if you're on acid and you can sit there and be like, whoa, dude. But if you've studied lucid dreaming, you know, when you can get to a state of REM sleep where you're dreaming, but you still have some level of consciousness of yourself. Maybe not of the room around you. Maybe you don't necessarily feel your body, but you're in the dream and you're aware that you're dreaming. That moment, that's like a spark. That moment is kind of a magical moment. And if you can realize that, you have the conditions right where you can realize that you're dreaming, you can stay asleep, continue to be in REM sleep, continue to be resting. But your waking mind, your rational mind, can take over and you can induce all kinds of fun things into your dreams. Whatever you think about can become a reality right in front of your face. But you're in your dream state. You can fly away if you want to fly away. You can do anything. Turn a glass of water into a pink elephant. Whatever you want, it's your dream. I've done this several times. Lucid dreaming is interesting. And one of the aspects of dreams, one way that you can induce lucid dreaming, let me put it that way, is you can't read words in your dream. You can't read a sign or a book. You can't read in your dream. It's gibberish. Try it. Next time there's a street sign or a book or any kind of words on a paper in your dream while you're dreaming, try to read it. I've done this before, and you'll be in a dream, regular dream, and you have an opportunity, it'll be a sign or something, you know, and you try to read it and you can't. That moment right there, you can become lucid and stay dreaming, but still have a sense of consciousness. You can wake up. You're in the dream and you're waking up. You're realizing this is all just a dream. You know, I don't know if we can do that with waking. There's lucid dreaming. Is there lucid waking? That's not even a thing. I'm pretty sure this is reality. To answer whoever it was, Aristotle or Socrates or whoever it was that asked that question, how do you know you're in a dream? Because I could read, motherfucker. I could pick up a book, got one right here, I could pick up a book and read it. Whereas if I'm dreaming, I can't do that. So that's the way you know that you're actually alive. Read every day and prove to yourself that you're alive. You know, Alan Watts has a pretty good take on death. A philosopher, a British philosopher. He's been dead for many years, but he's a great thinker. He has a video that's titled on YouTube, I believe it's titled Memento Mori, which basically means, I guess it's Latin, it basically means be mindful of death. To think about death. And that death doesn't have to be doom and gloom. It doesn't have to be a depressing conversation. It can be something, it could just be a topic like any other, and that it's good to philosophize about it in various ways. What's it going to be like when you die? Will you go down a dark tunnel and see the light and go into heaven with clouds and angels? You know angels actually, if you go and put in YouTube, what do angels actually look like? According to the Bible. There's some videos on there. They're not what you think. They're real weird looking. Or will it be like before you were born? Do you remember before you were born? Many of us have early memories. I can remember back to being a little baby. A real young little baby. 2 years old, stuff like that. I've talked to people who they profess, who knows, that they can remember being like an infant in the crib. Have little flashes of memories. What's your earliest memory? Practice that. Think about it. Think about your earliest memory and realize there might be even an earlier one. What's before that? What was it like before you were born? Was it just darkness? Were you born out of nothing? Einstein and the physicists say that energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only transfer from one form to another. Maybe that's the same with us. We can't be created or destroyed. If we can't be destroyed, what happens to us after we die? If we can't be created, where were we before we were born? I don't have answers for any of this stuff. But just like Alan Watts said, Memento Mori, be mindful of death. It's all food for thought. Thanks for watching.